What's going on, you guys? Sports Red Diesel is back at you here with another episode. Obviously, today talking about championship weekend. Let's get down to business. Starting off with the NFC title game on Sunday afternoon. Bucs, Packers. Bucs win 31-26 over Aaron Rodgers and the crew. And let's be real. I think Tampa Bay got away with this ball game because of a couple of bad decisions late in the ball game. But with that being said, Tom Brady's 33rd postseason win. He has more postseason wins than 28 current franchises. And he also has more than double postseason wins than the next quarterback behind him, which is Joe Montana with 16. 33 postseason wins for Tom Brady. Tom Brady, and by the way, Tom Brady, we all know about Tom Brady throwing 3 interceptions, 3 second-half interceptions in the ballgame. Quarterbacks, particularly, that throw 3 or more interceptions in conference championship games are 7-23. Tom Brady is 2-0. 2-0 when he throws 3 or more interceptions in conference championship games. Just another statistic that solidifies him as the greatest of all time. And then we go to the other side of it, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, I thought, played fantastic. 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's also the first quarterback in NFL history to lose 4 straight conference championship games. It's just another disappointing loss for Aaron Rodgers in this conference championship game. And for me, it seemed like this might be the year that Aaron Rodgers would get back to the Super Bowl. And Tom Brady comes out of nowhere, goes to the NFC, goes to Tampa Bay, and in his first year with Tampa Bay, he beats 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks on his way there. He beats Drew Brees in the divisional round. He beats Aaron Rodgers in the conference championship. And then he faces Mahomes at Super Bowl 55. We will see how that plays out. And then there's obviously Davante Adams. He's the first player with over 120 receptions and 20 or more receiving touchdowns in a single season. That is including the playoffs. And I was kind of shocked to see that because we're thinking of guys like Antonio Brown, like Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice. Like, no one has had seasons like that. Nope. Davante Adams right now is the only NFL wide receiver to ever do that. So kudos to him and what he's done. But let's get into more serious things here. And can someone tell me why Aaron Rodgers did not run this football in on the 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line? You know, he scrambles, he finds a way to get out of the pocket. He's looking all the way towards Davante Adams, and he doesn't look to his right, and then there's nothing but wide open green grass, and he potentially has a chance to run this football in, and then the 2-point conversion to try to tie the ball game up. Now, I was disappointed in Aaron Rodgers' decision to be committed to throw the ball to Davante Adams, and we saw how the game went. He threw to Davante Adams how many times in the end zone, and Davante Adams didn't catch the ball? Like, there was at least one catch, that back shoulder catch where Davante Adams was diving backwards, and it slipped right through his hands. You don't see Davante Adams make mistakes like that, and that's one that ultimately costed them the football game. And that was the first down. Second down, he had to throw it over the head of everybody. Third down, could have ran it in, doesn't run it in. He throws it to double coverage to Davante Adams, and it just falls in complete harmlessly. Fourth down, I would have loved to see Matt LaFleur go for it, but the way the possession was going from 1st and goal to 4th and goal, the way the possession was going there inside the 6-yard line, it was not going to work out, so they kicked the field goal. But now, what makes me mad is Tom Brady just needs to get a first down, and the game's over, whether you have 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning to get through. But, you got to stop him. And Tom Brady, of course, they do a little trickery play with a little end around reversal to Chris Godwin that goes for the first down, and there's the ball game, and the rest is history. And I'm just very, very, very disappointed in Matt LaFleur's decision-making to kick the field goal instead of giving Aaron Rodgers a chance to – if he gives Aaron Rodgers a chance and he doesn't complete the pass and he doesn't go for a touchdown, at least you lost the game trying. Nope. Let's kick the field goal and give the greatest of all time a chance to milk the clock and win the ball game himself. And I'm like, no. But That's what happens when you play against Tom Brady. You just seem to not have, you don't seem to make the right choices when you play against Tom Brady. But enough talking about that. There's been all speculation about Aaron Rodgers, as if he's going to retire, if he's going to do this, if he's going to do that. I'm not even going to get into it. Green Bay would be absolutely foolish to let go of Aaron Rodgers, even though they've clearly have groomed the next guy below him, Jordan Love. And the last time we saw Jordan Love anywhere on national TV in front of a camera, the NFL draft of last offseason. That's all I need to say. You're clearly grooming the next guy and clearly trying to move on from Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is trying to win championships, and he can't do that because that's stuck in the back of his mind. So I can understand where Rodgers is coming from. But moving on to the AFC title game on Sunday night, or I should say Sunday evening, Bills, Chiefs. The Bills had a 9-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. I was like, ooh, this is quite the start. And then Kansas City poured it on in that second quarter, scoring 21 second quarter points. And I'm like, well, there goes the game right there. And, of course, nothing else needs to be said. They win 38-24 as they go to their second straight Super Bowl and try to win back-to-back titles since the 2003 and the 2004 New England Patriots of Tom Brady. Josh Allen played a good game. He threw the ball 48 times. To think that Josh Allen threw more passes than Patrick Mahomes in this ballgame and they still lost by 2 scores, you're not going to be able to fight fire with fire against the Kansas City Chiefs. Not with the efficiency of Patrick Mahomes throwing the football to Kelsey, Hill, and then we forget they have Hardman. Oh, wait, Clyde Edwards-Helaire just came back. And it was just too easy for this Kansas City Chiefs offense. And Patrick Mahomes just picked them apart. Give credit to, the Kansas City Chiefs defense and their secondary as they, Stephon Diggs, 6 catches, 77 yards, but wasn't enough. He wasn't impactful enough to make it a competitive game for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Josh Allen, even though he threw for 2 touchdowns and an interception, he still rushes the ball for 88 yards on 7 carries. So he was using his legs. Patrick Mahomes didn't even scramble out of the pocket and run for first downs or anything because they were so comfortable after that second quarter. For the second quarter on, they were just so comfortable throwing the football. They barely ran the football. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 6 carries, 7 yards in his first game back at touchdown. I know he had limited carries because he's come back from a sprained ankle and all that, but Tyreek Hill, 9 catches, 172 yards, and then Kelsey. What else needs to be said about Kelsey now that he owns the single-season record for tight ends in receiving yards now? He just passed Rob Gronkowski's 1,500-plus yard season. This is regular season and postseason yards combined in an NFL season. He just passed Rob Gronkowski of, I think it was 2013, who had over 1,500 yards. He just passed it. Congratulations to him. Patrick Mahomes, first quarterback to win multiple conference championship games before turning the age of 26. And obviously, I'm going to, Super Bowl 55, Chiefs, Bucs. I know you guys want me to give my pick here. I'm not going to give my pick. I will leave it for the next week's episode because we got 2 weeks before this game even comes up. And I'm excited. And Chris Berman said it best the other day on NFL Live after the Chiefs win over the Buffalo Bills. We got Tom Brady, who was the greatest of all time in the past and the present, up against Patrick Mahomes, who is the present GOAT and the future GOAT. So, very well said by Chris Berman, and I couldn't agree with him more. 2 generational quarterbacks meeting together in the Super Bowl, and this, like most people say, this is probably going to be a passing of the torch if Patrick Mahomes wins. If not, and Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl and then runs it back with Bruce Arians, because everyone is saying that he's going to come back next year with the Bucs, and they're going to try and run it back and run the table again. I think the game's going to be a lot closer than we think. It's not going to be like the first game in Week 12 where Tyreek Hill goes for 269 receiving yards, almost practically breaking a single-season record, even though that record, I think, is 330 yards. But I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that. I think the Bucs are going to play a lot more zone defense. Todd Bowles and that defense are going to play a lot more zone. They're not going to give up anything deep, and they're going to try and make Patrick Mahomes beat him with the underneath throws. The throws that Tom Brady, for years and years, we've seen him beat teams and pick apart teams with. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for your time. Stay tuned for that episode on Super Bowl 55. All my analyzing of the game, my speculations. Who do I think is going to be the MVP? Who's ultimately going to win the football game, and etc. Stay tuned for that episode. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because 95% of you guys do not leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Please do if you haven't done that already. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys again so much. I will see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.